Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Mutembei, representing the people of Akede Ward and the Lino Minority Party. Mr. Speaker, before I second the motion by the Lino Majority Honorable Evans Mawira on the impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that today is a great day for Meru people. And I'm sure today is the day that Meru will be happy. They must be happy today. Because, Mr. Speaker, we are trying to relieve Meru from this leadership that has become abandoned to Meru people. And, Mr. Speaker, I must say that we, as the County Assembly of Meru, we are the representatives of people, and we are the legislators. We are supposed to make laws in this house. We are supposed to oversight. And, Mr. Speaker, what we are doing today, we are mandated to do it by the Constitution of Kenya. And we are supposed to correct the mess that has been happening in Meru County, Mr. Speaker. And even our people give their views through public participation, Mr. Speaker. And today, out of our own opinions, out of our own experiences, and out of the people's views, today, Mr. Speaker, we want to exercise our mandate given by the Constitution, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that Governor Kawira Mwangaza has failed because, Mr. Speaker, Article 10, which talks about the national values and the principles of governance. This is where we find the governor has totally failed. Because, Mr. Speaker, we ought to see some governance in her leadership. But we can't see that, Mr. Speaker. And that's why today we are here as honorable members of County Assembly to correct the mess. Mr. Speaker, on county number 1 that the majority has talked about, or in the motion moved by the Lindo Majority Honorable Evans Mawira, on county number 1, that is misappropriation of public funds. Mr. Speaker, we are the people in this county assembly who are supposed to ensure that public funds are utilized in the right manner and they are not embezzled or they are not stolen by people. Misappropriation of funds. Mr. Speaker, we have found in this motion whereby the governor's relative sisters, we have monies, we have funds channeled into the account. For example, in the account of one sister who is Rose Guantai. Mr. Speaker, we have found that through the motion, if you check in the exhibit, you will find that in that account, or in that to the account of that person who is the sister to the governor and the security officer, 2,769,648 shillings has been channeled into the account of that person, Mr. Speaker. And, Mr. Speaker, this is a person who is a policeman, who is a policewoman, a security officer. We can't imagine, or we don't know whether this person has been contracted by the county government to deliver services, because, Mr. Speaker, this is not a salary. This is money being channeled to this account. And this is why we are saying that Governor Kawira Mwangaza has to be impeached, and she has failed, and she has embezzled the funds for Meru people. Mr. Speaker, we have found that in this motion by the majority leader, the governor or these are the people who have been suspended. They have been accruing funds from the county government. They have been getting full salaries, full benefit from the county government. Yet they have not been delivering services to the people of Meru. And this is why, Mr. Speaker, we are saying the governor of Meru has to be impeached because of the embezzlement of funds in this county government. Mr. Speaker, I want to link that one to the law because we are here to prove. I want to link that one to the law. Article 201 Article 201, Mr. Speaker, on principles of public finance, where it says the following principles shall guide all aspects of public finance in the public. There shall be openness, that is part A, there shall be openness and accountability, including public participation in financial matters. Mr. Speaker, we have sought so many statements from this house. I mean from the executive, but still these statements are not given to this house because there is no accountability, there is no openness, and don't want to surrender those statements to the county assembly. Also, the same also in the same Article 201, Part D, it says public money shall be used in a prudent and responsible way. So, Mr. Speaker, on that account, why we are impeaching governor on embezzlement of funds? The governor, we are seeing the money is being embezzled into the account of those people, and we can't even know the services they supplied, or even, the services they did, or the goods they supplied to the county government of Meru. On account number 2, Mr. Speaker, where we have nepotism, and related unethical practices. Mr. Speaker, on this we find the relatives of the governor, whereby the leader majority has talked about these relatives going to benchmark in the country of China. We haven't had any technical expert who was in that team. Only the relative and the county executive member who is a pharmacist. Mr. Speaker, we have oncologists in this county. We have a cancer department in this county. Because these people had gone to benchmark on cancer machines, we could have seen the governor picking the technical expert from the cancer department and sending them to benchmark in China. But Mr. Speaker, we can say this is a trip whereby people had gone to enjoy themselves, whereby people had gone to maybe to visit the country of China, and maybe to spend the resources of the county government. And so, Mr. Speaker, this is account which we are holding on to ensure the governor of Meru gets impeached, because there is no way a PA or a security officer can have the knowledge about the machines, and even if they go and get the knowledge about the machines, they don't have the mandate to come and execute in the county government, because they have their roles, and they have the roles which they were employing to do in the county government of Meru. Mr. Speaker, on the account number 3, about bullying and the vilification of other leaders. And Mr. Speaker, you remember last time when we impeached the governor, I was a victim of vilification, because I was a person who was told to apologize publicly. The governor demanded that I should apologize publicly. Mr. Speaker, on the same about bullying and vilification, I want to refer to Article 28 of the Constitution. Article 28 of the Constitution, where it says, it is about human dignity. It says every person has inherent dignity and the right to have that dignity respected and protected. Mr. Speaker, on the same, we have seen the Deputy Governor of Meru being vilified, being humiliated in WhatsApp groups, whereby they are junior officers in those groups, and that's insubordination, Mr. Speaker. And on the same, I want to show the public, or I want to show the people who are following these proceedings on the screenshot by the governor in those WhatsApp groups, whereby she is demeaning the deputy governor and humiliating him. On page on page 166 of the exhibit. Page 166. I'm sure honorable members have this document, the exhibit. On page 166, where the governor wrote on a WhatsApp group. And this WhatsApp group it has junior officers, it has ward administrators, it has all the junior officers who are under the deputy governor, because he's the second in command in Meru County. The governor wrote, "He thinks I'm the type of a person who can be scared by useless, childish, mannerless, mobilized group of people with threats. Kwanza nitafinya kieleweke." So, Mr. Speaker, I don't see how this one is supposed to come from a governor, a person who is holding such a big office, the CEO of Meru County, the person who is a unifying factor into this county, Mr. Speaker. But she's the one who is writing these ones and saying how or vile atafinya governor, because she wrote in Kiswahili, "Kwanza nitafinya kieleweke." So these are threat to the deputy governor, and these are humiliation. Actually, this is why, Mr. Speaker, you found that the chief officer could go into a television and say what he said about the deputy governor, defecating on the plate that he feeds on. Because if the governor had to threaten or to use the ones that are not respective to the deputy governor, then you don't expect the junior officers to respect the deputy governor, who is the second in command in this county. Mr. Speaker, on the same page 190 of the exhibit, you find that the governor wrote, he is now claiming that pesa ya ofisi of the governor to be split into two. Laughable. I now read in Kimeru, Uyu akaringo imurungu wengwa atitumene in Jesus' mighty name. May Jehovah God, who sees the motive in every move, deal with our enemies speedily in Jesus' mighty name. So, Mr. Speaker, on the where the majority has talked about the deputy governor being excluded in the budget, because the deputy governor has been fueling the government car that he has been using. He has been paying for his bills, which are supposed to be paid by the office of the governor, because the deputy governor is part of the office of the governor. They were elected conjointly, both of them. And so this budget that we approve here from this assembly, 173 million, Mr. Speaker, this is a budget to be used by both the governor and the deputy governor. But you find here the governor could write how he could blame the deputy governor for trying or for suggesting that this budget be split so that he can get something from that budget. So, Mr. Speaker, on this account of vilifying and bullying the other leaders or the people of Meru, on this account, Mr. Speaker, it is our hope that the governor will be impeached on this account, because there are several accounts. There are 7 of them. And if, Mr. Speaker, we shall be able to prove even 1, even 2, even 3, then the governor will have to be impeached. Mr. Speaker, about on illegal appointment and the usurpation of statutory powers. Appointing the chief officers on acting capacities who are not qualified. We have seen them. I've heard the move of the motion, Honorable Majority Leader, talk about somebody who was the chief officer for trade tourism, Ken Mweti. And that person hasn't come to this house for vetting. Mr. Speaker, it is not a wonder that you find somebody in Job Ngurupunchei is an acting chief officer in this county government of Meru. I understand some of them who got into employment in Job Ngurupunchei. And still these people have been going up the ladders. Some of them have become chief officers, some of them have become directors, and yet they have not gone through public service, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on appointing this person, I mean, they are the person, they are these chief officers or the persons who the governor has appointed in acting capacity for more than 6 months. This is against the law. This is against the law to have somebody in office with an acting capacity for more than 6 months, Mr. Speaker. And still you find in the department of, the same department, the Department of Trade and Tourism, you find, Mr. Speaker, we have more than, I think more than 4 chief officers who have acted for 1 year that we have been, the governor has been in office. Somebody acts for 3 months, then the person is transferred to another department. Somebody acts for 2 months, the person is transferred to another department. Even before the person settles in that department and gets to implement the plans in that department, the person is transferred. Simply because, Mr. Speaker, this person, I tend to think this person, because he or she fails to go in accordance to the wishes of the governor in that department, because the governor might have, maybe she might have requested for some things that didn't happen, and then the governor thinks the best way it is transferring this person from that department, and the person is taken to another department. Mr. Speaker, about the traffic marshals, I've heard the majority talk about in the same motion that we have here. These people, I've seen letters of apology. These traffic marshals demanding apology from the matatu operators. They, when they get these matatu operators on wrong, they demand apology letters, they demand the fines. And so, Mr. Speaker, these people have been illegally operating in town, as the majority leaders has said. Then, Mr. Speaker, about the contempt of court, here in Meru County, the governor of Meru County seems to be above the law. Because, Mr. Speaker, if the law directs something, if the court directs something to happen, and then the governor doesn't execute that thing, then it means here in Meru, we are in another country. We are not in Kenya, because there is a rule of law in Kenya, Mr. Speaker, and this rule of law must be followed. When some people are when the governor was directed by court to reinstate Dr. Ntoita and the rest, she refused, Mr. Speaker, and this contravenes the law. And this is the ground that we are studying on, that the governor of Meru should be impeached for contravening or for breaking the law, for not obeying the court. Mr. Speaker, on the contempt of the assembly, we have earned the governor refusing to honor the invitation, the official summoned by the assembly. And Mr. Speaker, the letter by the chief of staff explaining how the governor cannot come to the assembly and answer the summon. Mr. Speaker, these are against the law, this ignorance of the law, because the governor of Meru is not the head of state. She is supposed to come. Actually, she was supposed to come and answer or respond on the allegations that the deputy governor came and gave, because the deputy governor came here and explained on those mistreatment that he has been undergoing in that county government. So the governor was supposed to come and maybe respond on them and say that she did whatever maybe the deputy governor was saying wasn't true, but this is the reason why we are here, so that we execute our mandate as a county assembly, because she never responded. On the same, the contempt of the assembly, Mr. Speaker, we have requested so many statements from this house. Personally, I requested a statement on Impress account, which never came. We pushed, it never came. And even up to date, it has not come to this house, Mr. Speaker. So this contempt of the assembly, and we can't run this county government like this. When something is requested from the executive, it can't come to the assembly. And it is our mandate, Mr. Speaker, that we oversight and check the government. And now, because we cannot be able to check the government, this is where we are saying that Governor KAWIRAS has to vacate the office, so that we may be able to execute the mandate given by our people, so that we may be able to check the government. Because Mr. Speaker, we cannot have somebody who is the governor, who is the deputy governor, who is the chief officer, who is the CEC, who is even the MCA. She has taken even the responsibility of the MCAs, Mr. Speaker. She is everything in this county. And so we cannot run the county with the knowledge of one person. And even if we follow the knowledge of this person, the county of Meru is perishing, and the county of Meru is drowning, Mr. Speaker. So this is why she has to vacate the office, so that somebody else who is listening, somebody else who is with the sober mind may take that office, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, as I hand and second the motion by the majority leader, I want to say this. I want to say this, Mr. Speaker. With the MCAs, we have also undergone mistreatment from this Governor KAWIRAS Mwangaza. This mistreatment, Mr. Speaker, we have had meetings to discuss development, but the MCAs are denying they're excluded from those meetings simply because they are not praising the governor. And the mandate of this house is not to praise the governor. The mandate of this house is to do the three things by the Constitution: legislation, oversight, and representation, Mr. Speaker. But you find because you are not praising the governor, you go for a meeting, you are excluded. Some of us, personally, I'm a victim. There was a development meeting that was supposed to happen with the elected leaders and the governor. And myself included, the deputy speaker, and some other 4 members, we got excluded from the meeting, Mr. Speaker. And this is the leadership you are saying that we must end today in Meru. That's why we are here, Mr. Speaker. Because if we don't attend those meetings, who is there on behalf of my people, the people of Akede? Who is there on behalf of the people of Jiawon, where the deputy speaker represents, Mr. Speaker? This is the leadership that we are heading today, so that Meru may see light, so that everybody else may feel part and parcel to give their views. Rumors are there, Mr. Speaker, but we are not here to give rumors. That even in those cabinet meetings, it is only the governor who gives her views, not anybody else, not even Waziri. It is only the governor who comes and she gives her views and the meeting ends, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, today we are here to execute our mandate. We are here to tell Kenyans, we are here to tell even our people of Meru what has been happening. Some of Merians know, some of even the people from across the country know about the Meru County. And this we have gone viral as Meru County. And so today, Mr. Speaker, it is my prayer and the prayer of this house that the governor of Meru, KAWIRAS Mwangaza, stands impeached today, Mr. Speaker. And now, Mr. Speaker, with those few or many remarks, I rise to second the motion by the leader of majority, Honorable Evans Mawira Karia, to impeach the governor of Meru, Her Excellency Honorable KAWIRAS Mwangaza. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, the Honorable Member for Akivi, Honorable Mutembei, Leader of Minority, and Honorable Members at the juncture. The motion has having been moved and seconded. I now propose the question pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 54(1), which is Article 10 and 73 of the Constitution, Section 3 and 16 of the Leadership Integrity Act 2012, the Leadership Integrity Act, and the Sections 9, 10, and 12 of the Public